Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It's me, Addy, again, and I hope you guys are doing alright. Are you doing alright? Hope you're doing alright. As you can probably tell, something's a tiny bit different on today's review, and that's because we got the debut from Link the Pug, this little beautiful sweet dog here, for a very fitting occasion. That's right, today I'm going to be giving you guys my review of Stray. Now, this is a game that I played one day before the Game Awards, actually, where it won the Best Debut Indie Game Award. And I gotta tell you, man, it was very well deserved. Right, Link? Don't you think it was very well deserved? Don't you think that cats are also really cool? He agrees. Bluetool Studios really put their heart and soul into making a very different kind of game that combined very different concepts that somehow work so well together. One of those concepts is that you get to play as a cat, of course. That's why this little guy is here. He likes other animals too, because he is one. And playing as a cat is obviously the biggest selling point of this game. And of course, it's not every day that you get a game like this where you play as a cute feline creature from start to finish, and a game that is designed so well, no less. And the reason this game is so good is because it's just riddled with so many fun and wholesome platforming mechanics and have puzzles embedded which are actually fun to do. And this is coming from someone who, number one, isn't a huge fan of puzzles and games, and number two, has never, obviously, something should tell you guys this next part is obvious from this frame, but number two has never been a cat owner. You tired, Link? You're snoring quite a bit. This guy is very sleepy, but I assure you guys, the game did not make me want to snore. It was great. But yeah, I have admittedly never owned a cat before. My family and I have always been dog owners, and as you can tell, we still are. Got this lovely guy, Link. He's 7 years old. And this isn't technically his first video on my channel. I made a nice little video a while ago on National Pug Day, which happens to be his birthday as well, where I was just giving him a couple of head rubs. But you guys, nevertheless, I thoroughly enjoyed Stray. And I'd be lying to you if I said that if at some point in the future I did get a cat, sorry Link, I'm not trying to betray you, this game didn't influence me at least a teensy tiny bit in making that decision. Okay, he doesn't look like he gives a shit. We're good. He doesn't think we're betraying him. Man, everything in this game is just so full of heart and emotion, and the gameplay that accommodated it all was very well executed. I thought it was especially impressive how faithfully the developers captured the behaviors and just the mannerisms of cats and infused those into the gameplay, namely in the areas I was talking about before, like the platforming and the puzzle segments. But on top of those, there are these other little things that you can do as you play as a cat, like scratch on walls and carpets and curl up in a ball, which is definitely one thing this guy likes to do, he's doing it right now, and sleep on things. Hell, even knock things over shelves and counters, all of which are things that cats love to do. At least you don't like to do those, Link, right? You just like to sleep all the time. But yeah, you can essentially go and do all these cute little things that show how mischievous and lovable cats are. And just really all animals in general. I love it. But the other concept that this game meshes with so well that I alluded to at the start of this review is the fact that this game is set in a cyberpunk world, which, for those of you who don't know, is actually my favorite setting and genre in fiction. Now, I've always loved the unique, mind-bending, and thought-provoking stories that have been told in these kinds of worlds, like the ones in Blade Runner, of which the second movie is my favorite of all time, and even others like Akira, Cyberpunk by Mike Pondsmith, and hell, even Final Fantasy VII, which incorporates some elements of the genre, which, by the way, a lot of you guys may already know this, is my favorite game of all time. But what's really cool about Stray, you guys, is that it's set in this world in such an original and imaginative way. And that's because instead of the focus of the game being on the societal decay that is prevalent in cyberpunk stories, the focus is more so on these pure and heartwarming bonds that the cat forges with these robots around him or her in this vast undercity that he or she is trying to escape. And before the next part, I also just want to mention that the music accompanying all of it is beautiful. It's great. It's like this more upbeat version of lo-fi. I think I used the same description for the music in Cult of the Lamb. I don't know how I would describe it, but it's very soothing and chill, but exciting at the same time, and it just gets me pumped. It's great. The soundtrack is amazing here. But yeah, playing a game where you're witnessing the dynamics between a cat in a world full of robots is one that I didn't know I needed until now. The characters and the scenarios you'll come across in this world are so cute and uplifting, but at the same time have this deep melancholia embedded within them as a result of what happened in this world and its backstory that you get to explore. I just loved the tones present in this game and how it really pulled at my heartstrings, like I'll be honest, the ending almost had me tearing up. And that's mainly because this game, regardless of whether you own a cat or a dog, represents the bonds between animals and us humans so well, and gives us a really good idea of what those feelings of love and wonder must be like to experience within our furry companions here, right? And here's a funny observation I made while playing, right? If dogs are said to be man's best friend, as you can probably tell, then this game establishes that robots are meant to be cat's best friend. And I think that this is the best way to sum up this game. Also, I just want to say that I love the artistic direction this game took, and the visual design of everything, ranging from the world itself to the characters, which was spectacular. Of course, no one should dare question the beautiful design of the cat, which this guy might. Cats are beautiful, right, Link? Do you like cats? I hope you like cats. I hope you like all animals equally like I do. Be nice. Because, yeah, the cat is beautiful in this game. That should go without saying. But the robots have these fun, quirky, and vibrant designs too. I just love the whole concept of the emotions they try to emulate being displayed with a series of emotes on their faces, which are these old CRT screens. And how they all have these quirks that are meant to be the equivalent of human behaviors. Like, my favorite example of that was when I walked into this barbershop. Oh, do you want to walk into a barbershop, Link? But yeah, it was when I walked into this barbershop in the game where a robot barber, if you will, was changing another robot's head with a screwdriver, which of course is meant to be a parody of humans getting haircuts. So there were just so many cute moments like that in this game, and paired with all the soft colors and eye-catching visual direction, I just felt so warm and fuzzy inside while playing through it all. And what I love, just like this little guy right here, is that none of this comes at the expense of other genre-defining elements of a cyberpunk world. Like, you'll still go through many levels that have bright neon buildings, dirty, clammy alleyways, and retro-futuristic technology. And throughout it all, you'll pounce on things, press B to meow. Unfortunately, you can't press B to bark, right, Link? And even disintegrate face huggers with ultraviolet light beams. All right, here we go. Weapon of Zork destruction. Come meet your maker. Your feline maker and your baker. Get baked. All right, look at that. I feel like I'm playing Splatoon right now or something. You know, just the usual stuff that a cat does. Link, why can't you do that? Why can't you disintegrate face huggers from Half-Life with ultraviolet beams? Why do you gotta just sleep all day, huh? That's not cool. Just kidding, you're really cool. But yeah, guys, overall, I loved Stray. It was a short game, but a very fulfilling and impassioned one. And I have nothing but respect for the developers behind this loving piece of art. And I can't wait to see what they make next. Please make a dog game. Please, please, please. Do you want a dog game, Link? I want one too, right? Represent. But anyways, guys, I'm giving Stray a solid 9 out of 10. And for those of you wondering why that score isn't higher, I'm sorry I didn't talk about the teensy tiny flaws in this game. I just feel so bad discussing the downside of anything that features animals in them, because I love these guys, right? I love animals, and I can't say anything bad about them or anything that they're in. But admittedly, yeah, there were a couple of bugs I encountered, namely close to the start. Sometimes prompts wouldn't show up for jumping when they should have, and one time I was stuck on a surface and had to reload the area in order to proceed. But nothing too major at all. This is one that I highly recommend. And to those of you wondering, like I was before I played this game, yes, you absolutely can enjoy it even if you're not a cat person, right? I'll admit, I went into this game not for the cat, but rather because it's a cyberpunk world with a cat, and I'd heard a lot of good things. And when I came out of it, I ended up loving it for the cat. And honestly, this is also just one of my favorite cyberpunk stories in general, and I would love to see the developers return to this world in the future. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy Stray like I did, and as always, thank you for watching. Link, did you say thank you? He says thank you in telepathic dog language. Believe it. Please do subscribe if you enjoy this video. Oh, I guess Link wants to run away now that the video's ending. And be sure to follow me over on... see you later. Twitch.tv/irritableindian. Come say hi. I won't claw at your face. And until the next one, you guys, keep on keeping on.